We're like delayed, remember? Oh, that's good because we didn't have that before. So test, it should keep listening because we're a little delayed. That should work. Okay, thank you. We should be going. Yeah, I did turn us on.
Anything for Suzanne.
Well, welcome Blue Jay fans to a very, very cold night, but boy, it is heating up here at Ashland-Greenwood High School gym, and we are going to be bringing you this matchup between your 1-3 Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays going up against the 3-2 Bennington Badgers. I am Suzanne Sapp, and once again, along beside me is my sidekick behind the mic, Kendra Craven. Kendra, it seems like we've been apart for a long time.
I know. We actually have been.
We have. I don't know.
Started off with a boom just because there was a couple home games and we weren't used to that like we were during volleyball, and then we had a little lull.
A little low, but hopefully once we get through the holidays, we'll be on a roll then. So as I said, we're going up against the Badgers tonight. You know, it's so early in the season still, so it's hard to know how these teams are going to pan out, but I know I had talked to Coach Hubert earlier in the season, and he said that they had a meeting with the Badgers this summer, and he said it was a very tight game. I don't recall who won, but I'm going out on a limb and saying if they would have won, I probably would have remembered him saying that. But I have a feeling that this could be a very hard fought match tonight, or game tonight, so I'm kind of excited about it. I know the Blue Jays are coming off a very, very disappointing loss at Malcolm on Saturday. Why don't you just give us a quick recap of that one?
Yeah, so Saturday we went in and faced the Milford Eagles, who were undefeated with a 5-0 record, and it was a battle. It was by far one of the best games that I've seen our girls play. It was physical. It was fun. There was a lot of, scoring, great defense. I was just very impressed. And it came down to a shot at the buzzer from the sophomore guard, Roth, to win the game. So the Blue Jays were in it the entire way, and it was just a hard-fought battle. So you know what? If we can play with a now 6-0 Class C1 team, and lose by 2 on a buzzer shot, I think we can play with anybody.
Well, and if you look at the matchup between the Blue Jays and Bennington, I believe our only common opponent so far has been Wahoo, and we both lost to Wahoo.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We are getting real close to doing the national anthem. They are just doing the sportsmanship award, yeah. I think they should give that to us, shouldn't they? The sportsmanship announcement. Mm-hmm. And then we will be pausing for the national anthem.
Please stand and remove headgear as the Ashland-Greenwood Band, under the direction of Shelby Berger, plays our national anthem.
All right. Thank you, Ashland-Greenwood Pep Band. And so we will get to the starters. And first we have a 5'8" senior, number 10, Kaylee O'Grady. Number 20, a senior, Ella Rynell. A 5'10" sophomore, number 24, Addison Rynell. a 5'11 sophomore, number 30, Presley Baca, and number 32, a 5'8 freshman, Olivia Ross. And the head coach for the Bennington Badgers is John O'Connor. And now for your hometown Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays, number 3, a sophomore, 5'7", J.C. Fangmeyer. A junior, 5'6", 10, number 10, Paige Comstock. Number 22, a junior, 5'10", Olivia Pike. And another junior, 5'8", number 24, Lauren Gertis. And rounding out the lineup for the Blue Jays is 5'9", number 25, a junior, Bree Schefter. And the head coach for the Blue Jays is Dave Hubert. Assistants, Reese Hogue and Sean Ross.
Okay, looking at the Badgers that we're going up against tonight, I see a lot of pretty good three-point shooters on their team and some pretty good stats. You know, Presley Baca is coming in at a 44% shooter from the three-point line, which is
that's pretty good.
Pretty darn good. You know, usually you get above, 35, then you're in pretty good company there. And then not too far behind her is Ella Rynell at 30%, so not too shabby there either. So it's something that the Jays are going to have to be really watching.
So the Blue Jays win the tip-off, and the Blue Jays are here in their home white uniforms, and the Bennington Badgers in their visiting uniforms of royal blue. So Paige Comstock with the basketball. She passes off to her left to Olivia Pike. Comstock again with the basketball. She's dribbling around. It looks like the Bennington Badgers have picked up in this man-to-man defense. And it's going to be stolen away. First turnovers for the Blue Jays. And the Bennington Badgers go coast to coast. Missed shot. 2 offensive rebounds for the Badgers. Block shot by Comstock, and she brings it down. So the Blue Jays will now go the length of the court. Olivia.
Yeah, she drug her foot just a little bit. It was a little bit of a pass, a little bit in front of her, and she stopped it just a hair too short.
So the Blue Jays pick up 2 early turnovers in less than a minute. I'm sure Coach Hubert would like to see that cleaned up. So the Badgers with the basketball. And the top of the key to O'Grady. O'Grady gets it off to Rynell. Inside they go to number 30, Baca. She goes off the glass, and Baca with the first 2 points of the game.
That was a nice little post-up and turnaround shot she had right there.
So the Badgers will pick up in that full court pressure. Comstock brings it down the floor for the Blue Jays. Passes off to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer looking to drive, kicks it out to Pike. Pike, 3-point attempt, rolls around the rim. Rebound comes down to number 30, Baca. And here comes the Badgers. And the Badgers cross-court pass off the glass.
Nice rebound by
Schefter. And gets it to Comstock. Comstock slows it down a little bit. And so it'll be our first foul. And I will tell you, Suzanne and I are like multitasking tonight. So we will try to say the score. The clock will not be running. I am doing the camera and broadcasting. Suzanne is doing stats and broadcasting. So I literally cannot do the camera and broadcast and do the score and the clock and stop it.
And
so that ain't going to happen.
And I'm going to keep an eye on the boys' game because we have not mentioned there's going to be several of you guys out there double dipping, I'll say, because the boys are over in Wahoo, ranked number 2, going up against number 1 ranked Wahoo. So it's a big night for the Blue Jays. And so I've heard there's going to be people listening, watching.
A little pressure for us because, we have.
I know. And I
wanted to have fans tonight.
I wanted to remind you of the fact that you're going to have to broadcast like they're not watching because some of them may not be.
Well, that's great.
Just thought I'd add that. So another turnover and a little bit of a push foul.
So Gertis picks up her first foul. Second team foul for the Blue Jays.
I feel like Bennington is pushing us a little bit too, a little bit out of our comfort zone here right now. We're just not taking good care of the ball. Unless you haven't noticed that because of the 3 tasks you've got doing.
Yeah, no, probably not. So just under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. Badgers have 2, Blue Jays scoreless. And a legal pick. And so
24, I'm guessing.
Yep. So Addison Rynell picks up a foul. That's her second foul, so she will have to sit. And so Coach Dave Hubert will take a timeout. Again, the Badgers leading in this first quarter 2-0 with 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go.
Okay, I'll show you how good I'm doing. I have our girls down for 0 fouls, and I notice the scoreboard says 2.
What have you been doing?
I was trying to get the boys' game up.
That was supposed to be done in pregame. I can tell you that Gertis has one of them. I'm not sure
And then
about
who
that
did the
one.
push down here?
That was Gertis.
Then who was the one down here?
That one I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll figure it out eventually.
I got a kid over here. I might be able to sway him to maybe give us a try.
It might be cold outside, but I think it's kind of hot in here.
Those guys were working hard. Whoa, sorry about that. Missed that basketball. That might happen on occasion. Just saying. Pike with the basketball. She drives, dishes out to Laughlin, who's checked in. Laughlin, a three-point attempt. Rolls around, no
nice
good.
Open shot, though. She has to take that.
And Carlson comes down with the rebound.
Nice
Ross, excuse
steal.
me. And Pike.
Oh, shoot. Good idea. That was a great idea by Pike to try and bounce past that in there.
But Rhinell, nice defense by Rhinell. So it'll still remain Blue Jay basketball. Again, still 2-0. Blue Jays still remain scoreless in this first quarter. 3 minutes have ticked away. Comstock gets it into Pike. Pike in the lane, kicks it back out to Comstock, and almost a turnover.
She saves it. Boy, they're
Comstock looks to drive off the glass.
Nice
There's
job.
the first 2 points for the Blue Jays. 2-2.
That was a great move by Comstock.
Oh,
And I say this every time I broadcast a game. She needs to shoot more.
And here comes the bat. Whoop. I can't do the score and move the camera. And quickly off the glass is Rhinell. And again, that full court pressure. Here comes Comstock. Brings it across the timeline for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays look to set up. And pressure as Spangmeyer has the basketball now. Over to Olivia Pike. And now Comstock in the corner inside to Shefdor.
Oh,
Shefdor
that's
off
a
the glass
nice
for
move.
2.
With 2 people on her, she gets it up there.
And we have 4-4, which I will change the score if I ever can stop moving the camera.
Okay, we got to find somebody to recruit in the crowd here.
I might be able to get my son over here. We'll see if he can do it. Off the glass, and they're going to call a charge.
Nice job of getting charged. That's on.
Nice job of Jada Laughlin taking that charge.
And that is.
And that's 32. Okay. Ross, her first foul, third team foul for the Badgers. And Emma Keith is checking in. Okay, maybe I can update the score real quick. Blake, you wanted to come help? Blake, you want to help? Come here. I'll get you a chair. Come up here for right now.
Here, I've taken up 2 chairs.
Give me just a second. Do you want to do the camera or the score? You want to do the camera or the score? You want to just do the score? I'll show you in just a second. Olivia Pike in the corner for the Blue Jays. She drives.
Nothing there.
Kicks it out to Laughlin, top of the key, over to Craven. Craven.
Oh, I would have liked to see her take that shot.
And Craven they're going to call a foul. If they get that on Ross, that's Ross.
On 20. I thought it was maybe on 20.
Yep, you're right. 20, that's Rhinell. That's her first foul.
Be impressed that I knew that, please.
I didn't actually. No, I'm not.
You're not impressed that I knew that? Thank you.
3.5 minutes to go. Oh, this is going to be exhausting. Comstock over to Laughlin.
Hey, and I came in here already exhausted.
And Keith, top of the key. Keith looks to drive, dishes off to Pike. Pike back into Keith and almost stolen away.
Pops out to the Jays, though. Boy, they are a scrappy little team on defense, aren't they?
Laughlin looks to drive, dishes out to stolen away by the Badgers. And here comes the Badgers.
Nice defense.
And
nice
off
way
the
to get
glass
back.
again with number 30 is Baca. Makes it 6. Okay, so you can just click on this box like that, and then it'll pull up down here, score, and then you just go up. Okay. Oh, and we missed the box.
Nice.
Sorry, guys.
It was a nice little inlet pass to Pike on the backside, and she had an easy layup.
And here comes the Badgers again.
Okay, it should get better now.
2.5 minutes to go. I'm going to turn this over to Blake here.
Oh, she traveled. Yes.
So turnover for the
She
Badgers.
took a little bit of a shuffle there when she got the ball before she put the ball down.
And we got some subs checking in. How about at the end of the quarter, I'll give you a chair. Okay. You need a drink of water. You look sweaty. Why don't you take your coat off?
So I took my sweater off and I decided I must have dressed to stand outside without my coat on and just a sweater because now it's a little chilly.
So Craven brings the basketball up for the Blue Jays, crosses the timeline. Again, it's 6-6 with just a little over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Comstock now with the basketball for the Blue Jays. She passes off to Fangmeyer. Again, tough defense. Fangmeyer drives into the lane, draws that foul.
Nice job, Fangmeyer, getting to the lane and getting the foul.
So she will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on number 14, Reagan Bloom, her first.
I do know this is something that Coach Hubert has been stressing really hard with the girls is the free throws.
First free throw is up and no good. So when it is, you'll just click on the number like this, and then this will pull up, and then you just go up or down. No, you just go up 1.
No, she missed it.
No, I know. He's just asking. Okay, Fangmeyer's second free throw is good. So just hit the arrow up 1. Good. O'Grady being guarded very closely by Fangmeyer. Pass off.
Nice
to
defense
Dick.
by
Dick is
by
tied
Craven.
up by
She's
3 Blue
triple
Jays.
teamed. Nice job of Fangmeyer getting back in position to cutting her off.
O'Grady
And
looks
another
to drive,
turnover.
and Ross is turned over. So it's 7-6 with just under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. And the Blue Jays will take over. At the end of the quarter, we'll switch. Yep. And Laughlin brings it up for the Blue Jays. Hands off to Comstock. 1 game, says Coach Hubert, whatever that is.
1 game.
1 game. And Keith.
Oh, she wanted it.
She's a little far out with having to shoot left-handed. I'm sure she could do it.
Oh, she tried to
she
tip
drove
that out.
and then actually over the back. So
Yep.
Emma Keith will commit that foul. Third team foul for the Blue Jays. Pike checking back in.
She changed numbers.
Pike, I got 22.
No, Keith.
Oh.
I have her down as, wow, nothing that.
Ross brings it up.
I have
for
her
the
down as an
Badgers.
11, and that's Grell. Yeah, I was close. She's actually 30 tonight.
Ross, shot goes up by Dick. Dick hits the first 3-pointer of the game. Oh, click on this, and then you go up. Okay. Whoops, I don't know.
And she's only an 18% three-point shooter.
So Pike over in the corner for the Blue Jays. She looks to drive baseline. Nothing there. She's cut off. Now back to Laughlin. Laughlin looks to drive. Almost
Don't
stolen
get
away.
trapped. Oh,
Well, she needs help.
oh.
And
yeah.
she's going to throw it away, and then Pike picks up the foul.
That was a cheap foul.
So good defense by the Badgers. And Badgers leading
Yeah,
now.
when you've got somebody like that, where she was trapped in the corner, you got to start coming towards the ball.
We have Ross's grandfather sitting over by us, who they are from Ashland.
Who happened to live just down the street from us. I mean, too many comments out of him. I might
We
not
may have
even-
to kick him out.
I might have to cancel the invitation for Saturday night.
And in the key, they go to his granddaughter, Ross, for the bucket. You got it. It's already there. Oh. And Blue Jays need to answer here.
Yes, we need a point right before this quarter's over.
So 10 seconds. Craven with the basketball. 8, 7, 6.
Go all the way
Craven,
in, all the way. Oh, yeah.
and
Get her
Craven
to the line.
drives, and
Oh, I thought that
she is
was,
fouled.
she was shooting.
So the Blue Jays will take it out. 5.7 seconds to go in this first quarter, and the Badgers lead by 4 with the score of 7-11.
They've got 2 girls already with 2 fouls.
Craven looks to inbound. She gets it over to Pike. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Pike drives off the glass. No
Oh,
good.
shoot.
Rebound comes down to Schefdorf.
Oh,
And
at the
she was
buzzer.
fouled.
Take it to the
Schefdorf.
line.
So Schefdorf will go to the line to shoot 2 at the buzzer. And the foul was on 30. Presley Baca. And that's her first. So Bree gets to shoot at the line all by herself since time has expired.
And it should be 2.
Yep. And her first free throw is
It's
good. Here's the Blue Jays 8.
No pressure there, is there? Only one out on the court. Okay. Okay, so the boys' game has been interesting.
Second free throw for Schefdorf is good. Makes it 9-11 at the end of the
boys' game
quarter.
is interesting because I was looking at the score and it was 2-7. We were behind, and now I look at it and it's 8-10. We're ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just let it
A
cut
little
over there.
change of events there.
All right, you need to talk through this break. I got to switch some chairs, so just carry on.
Oh, carry on.
Just talk about your Christmas. I
My
don't know.
Christmas? I don't know. Let's see. Not that you care, but my son is coming home tonight.
I do care.
Oh, I meant everybody else. I know you do.
Everyone else
So,
cares too.
I'm very excited about that fact. So,
This probably works better for me because I don't quite fit behind these tables.
okay, somebody just gave up. I just got a text message. I give up on that. No.
So good first quarter.
Okay, it is. Those of you who are out there that are struggling, if you go to YouTube and just put Wahoo Public Schools in, it will come up because that's what I did because I've got it on my iPad right in front of us so we can kind of keep an eye on the boys' game.
You probably have to subscribe, but
No, you don't.
I guess you don't.
No, you don't. It's free. That's why a lot of schools are going to YouTube because it is free.
Yeah, I mean, it's free, but you might have to hit the subscribe button.
Oh, that I don't know.
So after the quarter, it'll be Bennington Badger basketball. Again, Bennington leaves by 2. And the top of the key is Reinl. And she passes off to number 14, Bloom. Quickly over to O'Grady. And shot goes up by Reinl,
Oh,
and
nice.
she nails it.
Nice
Three-pointer.
shot. That was a nice
Gives them
stroke by her.
14.
She was one of them that we said that you got to really keep an eye on because
Is that the 44% one?
Yeah, she is shooting. No, that isn't. Baca is shooting 44%. She's just was that Addison, 24? Yeah, she's just shooting 15% from the three-point line.
Fangmeyer's hanging tough in that lane, but she just got hammered. Then no foul is called. And so the Badgers will go the length of the court. Reinl with the basketball. Again, Badgers up 14-9. Minute is ticked by in the second quarter. Looking to drive is Baca. And Schefdorf will pick up a foul. And it'll be the 15th foul for the Blue Jays. And so Reinl, Ella, will inbound for the Badgers. We get it up top to Bloom. Bloom looks to drive. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Schefdorf. Ooh, and she traveled.
Another turnover for the Blue Jays. I'm not going to have Mark here to tell me how many turnovers we had, but it's been too many so far.
Yeah, we'll just go with too many. I'm sure Coach Huber would like to see that cleaned up. Badgers get it into O'Grady. O'Grady then gets it in side off the Glasser. Turnaround jumper for Reinl. Gives the Badgers 16. Fangmeyer will bring it up for the Blue Jays. I bet you'd like to see that. And it's knocked out of bounds by Ella Reinl, but it'll remain Blue Jay basketball. Inbound for the Blue Jays is Pike.
This is kind of a critical time for the Blue Jays because I remember when we played Wahoo, it was our second quarters where we lost a game. So we got to keep fighting and get something in the hoop here.
Comstock in the lane. She's kind of stuck, but finds
Nice.
a Gertis
Oh, nice
underneath.
job
A
by
nice
getting that
job.
inside.
And Gertis gets fouled, so she will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that foul is on 30.
Baca's second.
So they've got 3 girls now with 2 fouls. Blue Jays are sitting pretty good because the most anybody has is 1.
Gertis's first free throw is good. Pretty shot.
And that is making Coach Hubert very happy. First point of this quarter.
Gertis's second
Another nice
free throw
shot.
is good.
That was good. Nice.
Gives the Blue Jays 11.
Nice stroke she
Badgers
has.
16. And the Badgers cross the timeline and quickly looking to drive is Reinl.
Oh, nice
Another
move.
Ella Reinl off the glass.
Oh, got to get that rebound.
Offensive rebound for the Badgers. Shot goes up for Addison Reinl. And 3 points again. That's her second one. Fangmeyer brings it across the timeline. And Comstock Finds Schefdorf in the lane. Schefdorf goes up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Badgers, to Bloom. Bloom gets it up to Addison, or Ella Reinl. Ella looks to drive, no good. Comstock comes down with a rebound. Comstock will bring it up for the Blue Jays. 5.5 minutes to go. Blue Jays trailing 11-19. Comstock gets it inside to Gertis. She's
immediately double teamed.
Pike, three-pointer is
That's
up.
off.
Oh, rolls
man.
in and out.
Circled the
And-
entire rim.
And the rebound, and it is turned over by the Badgers. The Blue Jays will take possession. A couple of subs here. As
These girls look exhausted, don't they?
well, you know, the Badgers run.
They do. They do.
They run. So it's
It's been like a track meet up and down this court.
So Comstock hands it off to Gertis. Skip pass over to Pike. Pike looks to drive baseline, and she tries to go up and under, but nothing. Block shot. Wow.
Oh, double dribble. Or they're going to call palming.
Oh,
Or carrying it. Let's see. The boys' game, it is now 12-10. Blue Jays still lead.
so the Blue Jays will take over after that turnover. Still 11-19. Blue Jays trailing. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Comstock inbounds to Keith. Keith looks to drive, and she tries to put up a shot as she almost turns it over. It's blocked. And here comes the Badgers again as they look to run.
Nice job by
though, good
Comstock
job
of beating
of
her down
getting
the
back.
court.
So she stole it away this time. And Blue Jays coming back. Comstock's going to go off the glass.
Oh,
no
shoot.
good. Rebound comes down to tied up.
You
So
know,
it's going to be Blue Jay basketball.
nice job by Pike getting there because she was just a little bit late to that game there. But she got in there quick and got her hand on it and forced a jump ball.
I'm going to need a nap at halftime, I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I am just tangled up here. I keep stepping on my cord.
Craven inbounds to Laughlin. Over to Gertis. 4.5 minutes to go. Gertis still with the basketball. Picks up her dribble. Pike top of the key.
Oh,
Inside
nice
the
inlet
lane to
pass.
Reagan. Reagan gets
Oh,
fouled.
way to draw the foul, though. Nice job by Reagan. So it'd be on 34. That's her first foul?
I don't know.
Yes. All righty.
So Craven goes to the
Badgers
line,
already up at 9 fouls.
and her free throw rolls around, and it's
And
good.
Nice job.
Gives the Blue Jays 12, Badgers 19. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Right now, our free throws are kind of keeping us in the game.
Second free throw is good. Gives the Blue Jays 13.
Clawing their way back into this.
So Addison Rhino brings the basketball up for the Badgers, being closely guarded by Comstock. And
Nice job
it
on
was turned
defense.
over. Good job again by the Blue Jays. Nobody got to see that, though, because I was still on the other end.
Oh. Well, we did it. Actually, Gertis held her ground and kept her hands up in the air and didn't reach for the ball that was deflected out of bounds because if she would have, it would have been Badgers' ball.
So Comstock brings it up for the Blue Jays. Gets it over to Gertis. Gertis
Picked
to
it up a
Craven, top
little
of the
early.
key. Now to Laughlin. Under 4 minutes to go. Blue Jays trailing by 6. Pike kicks it over the corner to Gertis. Gertis three-point attempt, in and out again.
One of these have got to drop.
Rebound comes down to Dick. And here comes the Badgers. They get it to Reinl. Reinl over to Ross. Ross looks to drive. Into Pike she goes. The rebound comes down to Craven. Craven passes it off to Comstock. And Comstock being guarded closely. Pike now. Laughlin now has it at the top of the key for the Blue Jays. Now Craven. And she picked up her dribble a long ways out. She might give it an elbow.
Too far out.
And then she threw it
turns
away.
over.
And
an easy
it
layup.
results in a points. So 21-13, 3 minutes to go. Blue Jays trailing by 8. And Craven brings it up.
Right now, the younger Rynell girl is scoring all the points for them this quarter.
Oh, nice play in the middle to Comstock.
shoot.
She gets it to Gertis. Gertis goes off the glass. The rebound comes down to the Badgers.
Does it seem like we're getting beat up a little bit in the middle?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Ross off the glass. Ross for 2. Now gives the Badgers 23. That's the biggest lead of the game so far. So Coach Hubert's going to take a timeout. The Blue Jays trailing 13-23 with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And right now in the boys' game, it looks like it's 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Blue Jays are leading 17-14.
We do have at least one listener. We got a compliment for our multitasking. Megan Downing is listening to us, so she's impressed by our multitasking. So thank you, Megan, and thanks for listening to us.
Yeah, it looks like the Wahoo game, which it should. I mean, you got number 1 versus number 2. Looks like it's got a full house over there.
I'm sure. I mean, I remember last year, even before the JV game, and their seating is very similar to ours.
Yeah.
Like, the side over here where the teams sit, and then you've got the score clock, and, by the time you get everybody in here, there's not a lot of room on that other side. So.
And those of you that may be watching the Ashland game here at home, and want to just listen to the boys' game, Tim and Jordan are on agbluejays.com.
So the Blue Jays will inbound after the timeout. We'll see what they put in play here as Fangmeyer will bring it up.
In need of some points here.
As Keith now, top of the key, passes off to Craven. Craven over to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer now top of the key to Pike. Now over to Fangmeyer. Now back to Keith. Now back to Fangmeyer. Just a little catch at the top of the key. Looks like they definitely want to score here, so they're taking their time. Skip pass over to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer puts up a three-pointer. No good.
Hard.
Rebound comes down
hard.
to the Badgers.
Shoot.
Ooh, almost knocked out.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, I need the program, Blake. What are you doing, man? I don't have these girls memorized. Reinald. Oh, three-point attempt goes up by O'Grady. No good. Rebound comes down to Keith.
Nice job of boxing out for Keith and getting her hands on that one.
Ooh, that was a little bit of a reach.
Yeah,
Keith
I
gets
agree.
it back, and she finds an open lane, and she tries to go in a little out of control. I think she thought she was going to be fouled, but they just kind of cleared out and didn't foul her.
Let the one-armed girl shoot.
And 40 is
Nice
Robinson.
rebound
puts up
once
a shot.
again.
No good. Keith. Just a little over a minute to go in the second quarter. Blue Jays again trailing by 10. Emma Keith over to Craven. And Craven to Chef Door. Keith again with the basketball. Oh, into Pike. Read by Robinson. Subs coming in. Gertis and Comstock. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. 13-23. Comstock will inbound for the Blue Jays. And top of the key to Fangmeyer. Over to Chef Door. Comstock into the lane. And Chefdorf then passes out to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer puts up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Pike.
Take her.
Back out to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer looks to drive off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Robinson. 30 seconds to go. Robinson will bring it up for the Badgers.
I kind of agree with Coach Hubert. Fangmeyer doesn't shoot that bad. I think there was a little bit of contact there.
Whoa.
Nice job of breaking that up because, boy, they had a backdoor cut going there.
20 seconds, it'll be Badger basketball. So the inbound will be O'Grady. Craven checks back in for the Blue Jays. O'Grady gets it into Robinson. She quickly over to Reinell. At top of the key to O'Grady. O'Grady would dribble between her legs quickly over to Reinell. Oh, and they hit Robinson on the back
she
door,
traveled.
but they got to travel. 8 seconds to go. See what the Blue Jays can do with this 8 seconds. And we'll see if the camera lady can catch it. And also 3, 2, 1, Comstock.
And gets fouled.
Second time they fouled at the buzzer.
Yeah, that actually there should be some time left on the clock because I thought the clock was a little slow. They should have been stopped. But they're going to say no.
Again, we're going to have a free throw shooter at the line with no one. So Comstock, here she goes with 2 free throws. We could use them. First free throw, a little hard. Second free throw up for Comstock. No good.
Oh, wow.
So the Blue Jays will go in at halftime, trailing by 10 with a score of 13-23.
Remember what I said about the second quarter?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to zoom in on this pep band here tonight. There we go. Santa up there.
First quarter, we were neck and neck. We scored 9. They had 11. Second quarter, they had 12. I remember I said we lost it last time in the second quarter. We allowed Bennington to score 12. And the Blue Jays' only scoring opportunities were at the line. And out of 6, we were 4 of 6. So we only scored 4 points second quarter. So let's just see if that comes back to haunt them again.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like that. I think it was not quite that bad. I think it was like 12-6 against Wahoo. We kind of dug ourselves into a little bit of a hole and had a hard time getting back out of it. So it'll be interesting to see. Looks like we are, man, it's been 15-19 forever in the boys' game. Every time I look down, the score hasn't changed.
Well, perhaps the person doing the score is not changing it.
That's true. That's true.
You know, maybe they can't multitask like we can over here.
Maybe. I'd like to see if they could sort of see the score clock. Maybe I'll try to maybe take this out. Oh, no, I can only see fouls.
So some exciting news in Blue Jay country this week. So I can talk a little bit about that with one of our school board members. So some of the elementary staff got to, well, not some of them, they got to move into the new building.
They're in the process. I think the moving vans came to the elementary school today and was going to take stuff over and they'll be moved in because come the end of Christmas break, that school is going to be open.
Yeah.
And that is so exciting. I cannot wait to get in and see the finishing touches because last time I was in it, there wasn't, they had some things in, but there was still a lot not done.
Yeah.
And the gym is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. I'm excited for that because it's going to help relieve
the
lack of gym space we have, even not just with the town teams, but with our own high school teams.
Yeah.
Someone was saying the other night, when you have a middle school game here, or something going on in the back gym, the girls can play practice back there. Boys didn't get to practice till 7 o'clock at night.
Yep, it does.
And that's tough. That's tough.
It is tough. But yeah, I know I've talked to a couple of teachers today who said, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, and it was, emotional because, you get used to something.
Yeah,
and it's a change. And, so just moving and, it's just, for a town, yes, we're still all one school district. We're not separating 2 high schools like Retna is going to do here very, very soon. But, it is still hard. You do see your same friends for so long, and now you don't see them as much. So it's a change. It's a good change, and everyone knows that, but it's just a different change.
And I know when we were talking about the school and, knowing, proposing that it was a pre-K through second grade, someone's like, why? Why not move them all? Because of the size of school we have, typically you don't want 800 elementary kids under one roof. That's just way too many.
Yeah, no.
And so this was it was actually a way that we could still use our existing school. And I know they're going to make some improvements to that. They, I think a couple weeks ago, changed the signage out front
they did.
on that. So, you want to make those kids feel like they're special too, that they're not going to get left behind. But those kids are going to be moving into the new middle school soon.
And you know what? That's a couple of my boys. They will be moving into that next fall.
Because
I noticed the sign
it won't
the
be
very
fall.
day.
It won't be fall.
To the next in a year.
Yeah.
But I noticed the sign the day it went up, and I just that's how noticeable it was, I guess, because I drove by and I'm like to pick up my kids, and I'm like
something's different.
Something's different. The sign is different, and then later that day I saw it on Twitter that they put that up, but I'm like, well, I guess I am observant.
Well, and it's just going to be because those of you, if you've heard us talk, I mean, they were using every square inch, every
yeah.
closet. I mean, there was a small room that at one time was a janitor's closet. That they had to clean that out and make it into a specials room. So there was not a single room that was not being used. And there were some teachers didn't have rooms. Like some of your specials had no rooms; they had carts.
Yeah, and that would be the art room
Yeah,
because and actually one of my sons was in the art room with Mr. Kudamelka because of that, and so then the art teacher had her art cart.
Yeah. So it's
I know she's pretty excited about now having 2 classrooms. One at this building and one at the other building that she'll travel back and forth.
Yeah, I know it's going to be an adjustment for a while, but it is what it is. For a while, eventually, as we grow more and more, we will have to double up on some of those. But for now, we're going to make it work to continue to serve our students. So it's exciting, and I cannot wait until after the first of the year and they do an open house because I've been in the school a couple times. I saw the plans, as we were planning at this stage. I feel like as a teacher, it is a brilliant plan just because the fact that you've got your grades are like they're in your own little pods, and within your own little pod you have a common space. So if you want to do something all together, then you've got the room to do it. And they put the hallway the kids pass to. Now, if you've ever been in an elementary school and kids are passing from one class to another, it's impossible to keep those kids quiet. And it's always somewhat disruptive. And so this way, the hallway's on the outside of those pods. And so you're never going to get interrupted.
Yeah.
So now the one thing about it is a long school. It's a long school. Because I wish I could remember what they said. I think because I asked them when we were in there, it's like, you stand at one end because one end is the preschool. And they've got their own entrance, which is kind of nice to keep those little kids separate.
Yep.
You look down that hall, it's like, that is a long way down there. And the construction guys measured it. And I want to say, because I was like, I wonder how long it takes to get a mile in. And I think it was like maybe somewhere between 6 and 8 laps.
Wow.
You get a mile in.
Yep.
And another cool feature that I think is nice about this school building is your preschool, 2 of the preschool rooms and 2 of the kindergarten rooms are storm shelters.
Okay.
And they are literally built with concrete ceilings. I mean, they are like Fort Knox. You can lock those things down.
Yeah.
And they're big enough to get everybody in the entire school in. And you put them in the preschool and the kindergarten room because you do not want to be transporting those little kids anywhere.
Absolutely.
Especially
now, did we model DC West and Bennington's a little bit as far as those schools? Did we take a look at their elementaries, or did I dream that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I know part of the process with the architects was sitting down with the teachers, and they did the little sticky notes and said, okay, what do you want? What do you don't want? And I told the architects at one of our meetings, I said, you can tell you listen to teachers because there's a lot of things in there that having taught you would know this is a great way of doing it.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see, what it looks like because my daughter teaches at DC West and theirs is, new and it sounds a lot like the same, which I'm sure all new elementaries
well, and
have those things.
If DLR was their architect, then it probably could be
very well
the same.
Could be. So there will be, as Suzanne said, an open house coming up. But, everyone out there listening, I will tell you as a former educator and former teacher that, give teachers a little bit of grace here because they're trying to get a lot of things done in these 3 days, and then students will come back right into these new places. They're trying to get into that comfort zone. And we all know elementary teachers, they love to have their rooms perfect because they look so good, and it might be and it may not be. So.
And you walk into an elementary classroom, and it didn't just happen like that overnight.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, not only are they packing up everything they own in that building and moving it, they're having to recreate their whole room again.
Yeah. And elementary teachers out there, give yourselves some grace. Most important thing right now is teaching the kids and the education. The other stuff will come.
And let's face it, those first couple of days, those kids are going to just be bouncing off the walls. It's like it's almost Christmas again because
you can tell the ones that are listening, they're probably like, "Yep, Kendra, you've never taught elementary before." They appreciate all. I guess they do, but.
I did teach elementary, so.
Middle school kids, didn't care as much about my bulletin boards because mine were not very good.
But then, you know what? Next year, the middle school kids are going to be in the same boat. They're going to be getting ready to move into the new school and the new competition gym. And I am really, really excited about having a theater. Because if you've been to any kind of play or musical here at the gym, you just can't hear the kids, and it's not because we haven't tried.
Right.
We have tried everything possible to try and get the sound better in this gym, but it's a gym.
It's a gym.
It is
Exactly.
not designed to put on production, so I'm so excited for those kids to actually have a place to perform.
Yeah, and we have just some phenomenal,
Oh, we do.
programs with, our one act and our band and our chorus and, all of those things.
And those programs
oh,
are really
man.
growing.
Yes,
They're getting a lot of
yeah.
kids in it. And plus, not only that, it's, you've got your FBLA. There's a lot of speech contests and things like that can be utilized also. So it's going to be exciting. It's exciting times for the school and the community. But you sometimes, if you haven't been up here lately, it's going to surprise you. It's like things are changing. It's really cool to see that elementary school at nighttime all lit up.
I saw that last night.
It's just kind of like you're not used to it.
So here we go to start the second half. The Blue Jays trailing by 10. It'll be Bennington Badger basketball. The first shot goes up. The rebound comes down to Comstock. Got to get my camera reset here. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Comstock dribbles off to the left into the corner, and she's tied up, and she needs some help. So Gertis, Blue Jays start the same way they started the game with Comstock, Gertis, Schefdorf, Fangmeyer, and Pike. Let me just leave it now. As
all the way,
Comstock
all the
looks
way,
to
all the way.
drive. In the
Nice
lane
job.
she goes,
Oh,
and it rolls
shoot.
around no good. Rebound comes down.
Olivia, Gertis. And it stays with Bennington.
It should be our ball. They started with it. So jump ball should be Ashland's.
Oh, you're right. You're
So
right.
Comstock will take it out. And inbound to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer looks to drive. Turn around and block shot. And another jump ball. This time it'll be Bennington basketball. So the inbound is O'Grady. Blue Jays picking up in that full court pressure. O'Grady into Rhinell. Ooh, and they get it across the timeline quickly.
Nice defense by cutting her off, though, for Pike.
O'Grady passes out to Ross. Ross, just a freshman. Off the glass turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Gertis. Oh, my gosh, and that's the fourth jump ball in a minute.
Just be thankful we don't actually jump them. We
I
talked
know.
about this last time.
The good old days,
And
right?
it is 17-19. Blue Jays are still got a 2-point lead at halftime over in Wahoo.
So the Badgers picking up in the full court pressure. Gertis inbounds to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer will bring it up. Dribbles behind her back.
She's in
But
trouble.
it's stolen away. So taking it in will be Ella Rhinell. And now Comstock. Oh, you got it already. Did you put the points on? Yep. Okay. Comstock.
He's all over it, Mom.
I know he's even telling me to turn the camera, so he could probably
Maybe
do
he
this
should
part.
be doing both, and you can just get back to your...
He probably can. So the foul as Pike goes up to shoot. She is fouled by 32. Ross?
That would be 3 on her.
Oh, nope,
No,
24,
24.
but it's 3 on her, too. Addison Rhinell. 6.5 minutes to go. Badgers lead 25-13. Craven with the basketball. Craven and Glock checked in.
Oh, we haven't seen... That's the first we've seen Glock all night.
Yeah. Glock dribbling at the top of the key. Passes off to Craven. Craven double team goes to the
I'd like to see her
basket.
try and bounce past that underneath. Oh, they call that a
They call it a block.
block.
So foul is on O'Grady. Second team foul for the Badgers. Second team foul for O'Grady. Oh, they're going to say that Reagan was shooting even better.
I found my missing foul on Bennington. I still haven't found it on
wasn't it?
Ashland. Because O'Grady has 2.
Craven's first free throw. Oh, short. Grandpa Jake always says aim for the front of the rim, but not quite that short. Right, Blake? Craven's second free throw attempt.
Got the
short
front of the rim.
again.
Oh, it should be our ball.
And Comstock way to
Yeah.
contest that rebound, so it will go out of bounds on Baca. So Blue Jays. So Craven will inbound. 6 minutes to go. Blue Jays trailing by 12. Craven gets it into
nice.
Comstock. Comstock
Oh,
goes
nice
into
job.
the lane.
Oh, they called a charge that time. I think that might have been a makeup call.
Yep,
I'm
I would
just
agree.
saying. Just saying. Oh, she's got 3.
So Comstock with her 3rd foul.
Wow, I only had her for 1.
Well, there's your
Missing foul.
There's your missing 2.
Yeah, I thought I was only 1 behind.
Badgers shot goes up. Oh,
Wow.
34. Dick, 3-pointer. Gives the Badgers 28.
You look at their shooting, and they put up a lot of 3s, and
We
right
don't
now
have
they've
one,
hit
correct?
6. No, they've had 5 3s tonight, and we have 0.
And Pike throws the ball away, so Badgers will come back with the basketball. Again, 28-13, biggest lead of the game. 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd
And
quarter.
the Blue Jays have been on 13 for a long time.
And the Badgers moving the basketball. Ross, top of the key. And
Almost got it
stolen
taken away.
O'Grady now. Oh, and a shot again by Dick, and she nails
my
another
gosh.
one.
Okay,
Man.
girls, got to get on her.
Now Craven will inbound, and she needs help because Comstock is guarded very closely. So Pike will get it in. She gives it back to Craven.
Crazy thing is she's hit
3.
2 tonight, and she's a 18% 3-point shooter.
She's feeling it.
Yeah, and there was somebody else that was, let's see, 20.
So Coach Hubert will take a timeout. Blue Jays trailing 31-13.
Yeah,
just
and,
under 5 minutes to go.
Rynell, who's got 3 3s, is a 15% 3-point shooter. So they are going well beyond their percentages tonight.
Yeah. And I don't think the Blue Jays, we have had
No.
a 3-pointer tonight at all.
No, we don't. We've put up a couple, but we do not, nothing. Well, we had that one that kind of rimmed in and out. But other than that, nothing real close.
So Blue Jays need to get something going here soon, or it just keeps getting
they've
a little
gone-
further out of hand.
They've gone really cold on offense. They've got to figure out a way to get the ball up there.
You really can just
But in the defense of the Badgers, they are a very, very scrappy defensive team.
yeah. And the first half they were running and gunning.
And the officiating it's even on both sides, but they're pretty much letting them be.
Yeah. At least they're
very
consistent.
and we just threw it right out of bounds.
Yeah, and usually the Blue Jays and coaching staff, Coach Hubert, they set up a nice play after timeouts, and the Blue Jays usually execute. So that's pretty uncharacteristic of the Blue Jays to turn it over after a play set up, but we did. So, and here comes the Badgers as they.
Another
Oh my
3
gosh,
going up.
Dick again. This
She
time no
missed
good.
that.
Rebound comes down to Laughlin. I can scoot over, Blake. And Laughlin. Now we'll go to the top of the key to set up for the Blue Jays. Now she's stuck. Oh, and she elbows together. Yeah, she doesn't think she did, but yep, she really put that elbow in and gave her a
That's
shove.
Twice, is it twice? I think it's twice now. She's picked up her dribble a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
And then there's nobody going to her defense to help her out, to get her out, because they could have easily just circled around the top.
So Badgers looking to bring it up over in the corner is Dick with the basketball. Dick passes off to Carlson. Now at the top of the key is Bloom. Again, back to Robinson. Now back to Bloom. Robinson again. Robinson looks to drive, and she gets it. As Robinson, if she's fouled by Comstock, that's going to be her 4th. And that's not going to be helpful for the Blue Jays.
No.
Okay, so they must have been wrong because now they said
it's
that's Comstock's first, but she had that charge, so it's at least her second.
Well, I have her for 4.
But that's because the last time they put it up as 3.
Oh.
So I
okay,
think
so
it's
that's
just
where I
2.
said I was off.
Yeah,
No wonder.
so that's more characteristic of Comstock. I believe that.
So it's 2?
So it's 2. Yep.
Okay.
Robinson finishes that 3-point play.
So I wasn't off by 2.
Badgers 34. Blue Jays still scoreless in this 3rd quarter with 3.5 minutes to go. Gertis with the basketball. Badgers looking to double team. Pike over in the corner. 3-point attempt. No good. It was
We need
pretty
one
flat.
of those to drop really bad.
And the Badgers come up with the basketball. Looking to run. Bloom comes up with it. Oh, no. Shot goes up by Dick.
Wow.
Nope, this time it was Rhinell, and she nails it. Jeez, 37-13.
That's her
Timeout.
That's her third three.
Man, Badgers take a
That
timeout.
was a pretty shot. You could see that was going in all the way.
Yeah.
And right now in the boys' game, it is about 4:40 left in the third quarter, and it is tied up at 21. Very low-scoring game. I mean, seriously, 21 points in the third quarter for the boys.
Not really surprised, though. I mean, that both teams.
Well, like I said, remember I said it felt like we were on 15 or 19 forever.
And I feel like if Drake Zimmerman's on anybody, they're not scoring. There you go. Whoops. All right, Blue Jay basketball after the timeout. Craven with it, back to Comstock. Now over to Glock in the corner. Skip pass over to Craven. Comstock, top of the key. Again, 37-13, Blue Jays trailing. Reagan gets it into Curtis. Curtis kicks it out to Comstock. Good offense for the Blue Jays.
Nice job. Nice
Blue
kick out
Jays
by.
get a three.
Nice kick out by Pike.
Great ball movement. Now they get a steal.
Good job of pulling that back.
So if the Blue Jays can score again. And Craven's in trouble. She's double teamed. She needs to pass it off somewhere.
Yeah.
And Coach Hubert notices there's not a lot going to happen. So 2.5 minutes to go. Coach Hubert takes a timeout.
Somehow, someway, they
16-37.
got her cornered in the worst spot on the court.
Well,
the center line and the sideline.
Considering, she dribbled over there because that's smart.
True.
I mean, there's a basket over here.
They didn't have to follow her.
I mean, what are you going to do over here? Check in at the scores table? Get a drink of water?
Get trapped.
Jeepers.
Well, she just kept backing up. I'm pretty sure she wasn't.
Again, I can say that's my daughter, folks. Those of you tuning in. I would not be that harsh on someone else's child. Oh. Maybe she was hoping there was a basketball over here. I don't know. So, update on the Wahoo game?
The Wahoo boys are leading now 23-21. 3:49 left. And it looks like they're at the line for free throws. And it is now 24-21.
So next time the Blue Jay Lady Jays in action at the holiday tournament?
Yes. And I will be out of town.
Isn't this the Lee Sapp Ford holiday tournament?
I don't think it is anymore.
Oh. Well, I was going to have a whole lot to say about that, but now I can't. So thanks a lot. You stole my thunder.
I don't believe they sponsor that anymore.
I was looking for my car.
The free car that they were going to give away?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just said they couldn't.
Nice play.
Oh, nice job.
See, I told you, every time the Blue Jays execute, the coaches find a nice play and the Blue Jays execute. So 18, here we go. Blue Jays again with that tough pressure.
Still a long way to go. That one's on Comstock, and that is number 3.
So it'll be the Blue Jays' 4th team foul. The Badgers have 2. Badgers had a lot of team fouls in the first half, but this time only 2.
Did I just say it's 24-21? I look down now, it's tied up 24-all. I swear the boys' game just keeps jumping by leaps and bounds.
So, wow, nice give and go. And then an offensive rebound comes down, is pulled down by Baca. She puts it back up for 2.
She's having a heck of a night.
So Comstock.
She's got 13 points.
And Glock with it.
But she was Baca is their leading scorer.
Oh, I don't think so.
So who got the foul?
They're going to give it to Glock.
Wasn't she the one being tackled?
Well, yeah, I would say so. But then they said it was stolen, and then she went after it.
Okay.
So, again, as Suzanne had mentioned, the Badgers play some pretty fierce defense, and I think that was stolen away by Ella Rhinell. And so the Badgers bring it up. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Badgers lead 39-18. Robinson passes inside to Baca. Shot goes up, no good.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it's on Comstock, I think. Must have pushed off. Nope, it's on
Nope,
Gertis.
Gertis. So Gertis' third foul. Man, 16 foul for the Blue Jays and only 2 for the Badgers. In the first half, again, they had like 11.
Yeah, it was kind of like it's just flipped. You got to wonder if the coach didn't give the officials a little bit of an earful at halftime.
Reinald inbound. Top of the key to Addison Reinald. She picks up her dribble, passes it off to Ella Reinald. And now Carlson. Back to Reinald, inside to Reinald.
Nice
double
defense.
teamed and
Nice
goes-
defense there. Now get the rebound.
And they run after it. Bloom runs after it, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. So a minute to go. Blue Jays
Nice
trailing.
backside coverage on that one for Gertis and not letting her do anything with that.
So Fangmeyer will bring it up for the Blue Jays. We'll see if we will go hold for one shot. Oh, gosh. Almost stolen away. Knocked out of bounds, though, so the Blue Jays still alive. Pike will take it out of bounds. 51 seconds to go. Gertis. Oh, it rolls her out.
I knew she was going to go up after that because on that last play, I think
She was a little upset.
a little bit upset, and I thought give it to her.
And it's stolen away by Laughlin.
And she just dribbles right underneath the hoop and across the center line.
And now to Craven, 20-39. 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. Gertis with the basketball. Craven up top of the key to Fangmeyer. 20 seconds. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Reinhold steals it away and maybe, oops, sorry, makes a layup. But that's because I was kind of shocked by the foul, but that they didn't call. Pike puts up a shot from half court. No good. So we'll just disregard that last 30 seconds. So at the end of the third quarter, the Blue Jays trail 20-41.
17 points for Bennington in the third quarter, and the Blue Jays had 5. Wow.
We had 5. What?
5 points.
We had 13, so we had 7.
Then I missed something. What a surprise.
Come on, do you need that? Do I have to do the camera and the scorebook?
You do.
See, we got alum Carly Von Renssel in the house tonight.
I'm guessing 4 and 3 is 7, not 6, isn't it? I repeat, it was a really long day. I don't think I sat down.
Well, you even said it was 5, and then you said 6, and it's really 7. So.
Yeah, it is 7. It is 7. I had the score right. I just can't add. Yeah, it was a long day. I don't think I sat down. I don't think I sat down once today. That's why I was excited to come here so I can sit. 'Tis the season. Okay, right now the boys' game, Wahoo is taking a 4-point lead, 28-24.
Whoops.
With
Sorry,
47
bud.
seconds left in the third quarter. I do not like it when we play on the same nights.
So Badger basketball to start this fourth quarter again with a 21-point lead. So O'Grady with the basketball. She passes off to Bloom. And a shot goes up from Bloom, or O'Grady, and another three-point shooter. What in the world? So Comstock makes it 44-20.
Oh, she's a 13% three-point shooter.
Except for when they play Ashland.
Except
Everybody
when
can
they
shoot.
play Ashland. The girls that have the highest percentage are not hitting them, but the ones
The
under
ones are.
20% are on fire.
You know, we're happy we can help you.
Yes.
We can help with your percentage. So Pike with the basketball to Comstock. Over to Craven in the corner. Craven, three-point attempt, and she gets it.
Show them how it's done, Craven.
Gives the Blue Jays 23. Blue Jays picking up in that full court pressure. Laughlin knocks it out of bounds. Still Badger basketball.
Okay, now it's 28-27. I swear the score just...
I just think they can't multitask like we can. I think that's the problem.
it's off.
What?
I did see one time I was watching somebody made a basket and the score did go up right away. So
Good defense there by
and
Gertis.
Timeout.
And O'Connor takes a timeout because he knew the team was in trouble after that.
I almost thought she might have drug her foot a little bit and they were going to call a travel, but got the timeout in instead.
I'm getting really fancy here. Now I'm zooming into the scoreboard, and I don't
know that you want to zoom into the scoreboard. Just saying.
Well, we
It has
already
not
know.
been the
We already
best-
have the score up anyway.
That's true. It's not been the best night for the Jays. I don't feel like that they have.
But
I
they
think
probably
I-
haven't played. But this team has shot lights out.
They have,
What in the
and-
world?
And they are a very, very scrappy team, and they have taken us completely out of our game.
And I would say, very physical, and it's consistent.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that at all. But because our girls play physical too. So.
Yeah, they've hit 7 threes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Guess what? That's about what we're down by.
Yeah, you're right.
So here comes the Badgers and Bloom with it. She tries to get it over to Ross. Ross does run it down. She's over in the corner. Nice move by Ross
Nice
as she
move.
scores. Ross, again, just a freshman. Comstock.
I'm sure she learned that from her grandpa.
I'm sure he would probably tell you that. He has some good hearing. He does hear everything you say.
No, he wasn't talking to me.
Oh. And Laughlin drives baseline, nothing there. Kicks it back to Gertis. Now Comstock, top of the key. Now back to Laughlin. Just under 6.5 minutes to go. Blue Jays trailing by 23. Craven. Now back to Comstock. And now over to Laughlin.
Oh, she should have taken it. Got to take it.
Comstock puts up a three. It's going to be short, and it's going to go out of bounds. Nice hustle by Laughlin. It just can't quite get to it.
No.
A couple subs checking back in. So Glock checking back in for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays again will pick up in that full court pressure.
I think the Badgers are a little bit deeper than we are, too, because they're rotating girls in quite frequently. But to play the pace that they have, you'd need to.
Well, they broke this press quite well, and Ross has an easy layup. Somebody missed their assignment. Under 6 minutes to go. Here comes the Blue Jays as the Badgers pull off the pressure. Craven, top of the key. Now over to Glock. Back to Craven. Now over to Laughlin. Pike in the corner, skip past Craven, top of the key. Glock in the corner. Whoa, tried to do a skip pass, but it was batted down and now stolen by the Badgers. And Rynell brings it up. And on the baseline, Baca block shot, but it goes right into the hands of Rynell, and then a rebound up by Ross.
Wow, she's on fire this quarter. We already gave you credit, Doug.
Hey, sit down, Grandpa. He said, if anybody wonders, that was my granddaughter. Pike, nice job of knocking that away.
We'll have to let our administration know we're being harassed by the Bennington fans.
Well, we have to let Mr. Flynn know. I have to say that I don't think he's going to come to my rescue. He might come to your rescue, Suzanne. 36-32 us. We're up by 4 in the Wahoo land. Badgers inbound to Ross. Ross being guarded by Craven, then kicks it out and knocked out of bounds by Gertis. Good defense there by the Blue Jays. Under 5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And Baca will inbound. Nope, sorry. Rynell. Now Addison Rynell, top of the key. Passes off to Ella Rynell. Now Ross. Back to Rynell. Inside to Rynell they go, and they're going to get Laughlin for a reach. Wow. Still amazed at the fouls.
Yeah,
Bennington still has 2, and they literally had 22 in the first half.
but like I said, somebody must have been chirping. Because their defense is still the same.
At the line, first free throw, Ella Rynell. He is good. 4.5 minutes to go. Badgers 51, Blue Jays 23. Second free throw for Ella Reinell, the senior. And no good rebound. Ooh, comes down to Schefter. And Gertis brings it up, passes it off to Fengmeyer. Over to Laughlin. Now back to Fengmeyer. Now over to Laughlin again in the corner. Tried to get a bounce pass to Gertis.
20.
And they're going to get Reinell on the foul for the push. It's her second.
Yeah, for being in such foul trouble in the first half, only one of their girls has got 3.
So Craven inbound. Just a little over 4 minutes. Gets it into Schefter. And they're all tied up.
Way to be patient on that.
And now if Reinell got that one, now she'll be her 4th. She picked up 2 within about 5 seconds. Oh, that's her 3rd. She
Yep,
picked
it
up the
is
last
3rd.
one. So Craven again will inbound. To Fengmeyer, top. Laughlin puts up a 3-pointer. It's long.
Yeah, you can see that when it
Rebound
left.
comes down to Ross.
Oh, and
Got
she
her
gets
trapped.
out of it.
And up ahead goes the Badgers.
Nice
way to
job.
run the floor. No good shot, though. We're
And
not
then
back.
got it on the backside.
As Baca gets the offensive rebound. Yep, and you guys saw none of that.
That was okay.
That's all right. We probably, half of the Blue Jays were still on this side of the court. So we didn't make it back. Under 4 minutes, 53-23. Almost thrown away. Craven in the corner. Back to Laughlin. Now Fengmeyer. Now over to Laughlin. Oh,
This
now
happens.
it's stolen
That
away.
happens to her quite a bit, doesn't it?
You could answer it and just tell her I'm broadcasting. And again, fast break. Just answer it. So a timeout after the fast break and the layup by the Badgers. It's 55-23 with just a little over 3 minutes to go in the game.
And the Blue Jays are now leading in Wahoo 37-32. 4:19 left in the 4th quarter.
So again, the next time the Blue Jays are in action will be at the holiday tournament.
Have they seeded that yet?
That's your job.
I'm looking. And I do know it's the 29th and 30th.
Okay, I don't even know that.
They
So
usually
see? Good job.
they usually start at 9 in the morning. And usually our girls play first. And it is really slow to load. Wow, that's because right after tonight's game, correct? They go into their moratorium.
I believe so. Yes.
26,
Yeah, actually, no. I
26.
think they have I think they maybe have a couple more days of practice, then they go into it. But with the weather, so I think technically maybe the moratorium starts Thursday, something like that, Friday. So Blue Jay basketball, Comstock, but don't quote me on any of that. I just like to make things up. Craven in the corner, back to Fengmeyer. Back to Craven. Craven skip past the Comstock. Now into the game for the Blue Jays, Ellie Stein. Fengmeyer puts up a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Wempen. And she passes up to Carlson. Now back to Wempen. Under 3 minutes to go. Cornett with the basketball. A lot of new players for the Badgers. Wempen, top of the key. And Comstock almost steals it away. And the ball's loose. Blue Jays come up with it. Fengmeyer. And here comes the Blue Jays. Up ahead to Comstock. Gets it inside to Pike. Pike off the glass. Oh, rolls around, no good. Rebound comes down to the Badgers. And double dribble by Bond. So Blue Jays will take over possession.
Okay, didn't know what I was talking about. First game on their holiday tournament is at 10:30, and that will be Roncalli against Bergen girls. No, that's not right. Then at Game 2 is 12:15 Roncalli Bergen boys. I'm like going. And then game 3 at 2 o'clock is Ashland-Greenwood versus Plattsmouth girls. And at 3:45 is Ashland-Greenwood Plattsmouth boys. So that is the first round of the holiday tournament.
A nice hustle by Pike to save the basketball off the shot by Comstock. Just a little under 2 minutes to go. Pike, shot goes up, rebound comes down to Craven. Craven puts up a shot and she's
nice
fouled.
job.
So she will go to the line to shoot 2. Minute and a half to go. Blue Jays trailing 55-23. Update.
It is 41-34. Wow. Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Craven's free throw is good. Gives the Blue Jays 24. Glock checking back in. So we have Comstock, Fangmeyer, Craven, Stein, and Glock in the game. Craven's second free throw is good.
You realize Craven's the only one that scored this quarter?
Oh, no, I did not realize that.
Unless
Badgers cross the timeline. Good defense. Is this going to be stolen away? No. Oh,
she stepped on the sideline.
forced a turnover, though. Minute and a half. Blue Jays, again, take possession. Comstock will inbound to Fangmeyer. Fangmeyer to Glock. Skip pass over to Craven. Craven quickly to top Stein. Craven. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
I don't really know what to call that.
Well, she was tipping it to her.
That was an interesting pass.
It
Glock
was
in the
a
corner,
pass that got-
three-pointer. There we go. Glock hits the three-pointer.
It was a pass that got tipped, and then she flicked it over, then gave it another little push.
Under a minute to go. Blue Jays 28. Blue Jays still applying some good defensive pressure. Wimpin with the basketball,
Yeah, she
and
drug
again
it.
she traveled.
Ironically, our only 2 field goals the fourth quarter are both threes.
That is ironic.
I do not add
Couldn't
up my
hit one the other 3 quarters, but
and do not add my scores because
well, hey, let's just play a 5th quarter and see what happens. So 30 seconds to go. Comstock skip pass over to Fangmeyer. Stein. And Comstock three-point attempt. No good. Off the glass. Craven with the rebound. Craven goes back up with it off the
nice
glass.
shot!
And good.
Yeah, where was
Maybe
this
we'll
earlier
do-
in the game?
Maybe we'll do the old-fashioned three-point play. So Reagan Craven at the line to shoot 1.
Oh, turnover for the boys.
Craven's free throw is good.
Nice job, Craven.
Gives the Blue Jays 31. 25 seconds to go.
She's got 9
Oh,
points.
no. Little blown coverage.
Yep, little slow getting
Yikes.
back.
As Cornett scores.
I don't think I have her
13
on
seconds to
here.
go. Here comes Glock with the basketball. Now to Fangmeyer. Glock over to Craven. Craven puts up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound comes down to Glock.
Throw it up.
Glock
Throw it
to
up.
Fangmeyer puts up a three-pointer. No good. And that'll be the game. So the final score tonight is Ashland-Greenwood Blue Jays 31, Bennington Badgers 57. So we'll wait as Suzanne tallies up the scoring stats that she has. Again, we will not have some of the final stats as far as rebounds and turnovers and things like that, shot percentage, as Mark Adele is in Wahoo tonight doing stats at the boys' game. And that's just one more thing I couldn't do. I already had enough trouble getting the camera from one side of the court to the other. So as Suzanne said, the next time the Blue Jays will be in action is at the holiday tournament on December 29th.
Yes, and then they
at 2
play
o'clock?
at 2 o'clock.
At 2
And then the
o'clock.
boys will be following that at
3:45.
3:45, yes. And they both will be playing Plattsmouth first round, and then the other teams in the tournament are Roncalli and Bergen. Looking at this, our top point, our leading scorer tonight was your daughter with 10 points. And then right behind her was Gertis with 6, Chef Dorf with 6, Comstock with 5. And then Glock had 3, and Fangmeyer had 1. So I did not have. Yeah, I didn't. Pike did not score. But I felt like their defense. They ran a zone, and they were collapsing. I mean, as soon as you hit the ball inside, they had 2 on you, if not 3 on you. And look at how many times we got trapped.
Yeah, they played some phenomenal
some
defense.
suffocating defense, against us tonight. And then we knew coming into this game that they were going to be a good 3-point shooting team.
Just not the ones we thought.
Yeah, just not the ones we were expecting because the one girl that we were expecting to come out hot from the 3-point line that was shooting 44% was Baca. And I only had her. She had 6 points, all 2s. But then the one that was totally on fire was
Well, Dick hit a couple, and
Rhinell had 3 of them, and then
Dick had 2 in a row.
Dick had 2, and then Robinson had 1. So they had 2 girls scoring 10 points, and then one scoring 8, one scoring 7. So pretty balanced scoring on their side on the court. The Jays obviously tonight were just lacking offense.
Yeah.
And I just think the defense that they put on them and the toughness of their defense, they were very, very scrappy. They were scrappy up and down the court fast. I just felt like we just could not get into any kind of groove.
Yeah.
We could not get any offense going. We couldn't get anything going. And I realize Pike has been out for a while, and it takes a while to get your legs back underneath you. Because I felt like it was a very fast-paced game, and I felt like she was dragging a little bit. At least that was my impression.
Yeah, and it was fast, for everybody. We've got some girls, that are playing a couple quarters of JV, and then coming over and playing here too, which, most people can handle that, but sometimes that gets a little tiring. Also we just don't quite have the numbers this year.
No, like I said, I felt like that. Bennington was a little bit deeper than we were.
Yeah.
They were rotating girls in and out, and in order to play at the pace you play at, you have to.
Yeah.
So, there is time left. That was a timeout. Oh, I thought the game was over. Blue Jays boys, just a quick update here. There's a minute 26 left, and the Blue Jays are leading 44-38 in Wahoo. And Wahoo is coming in. The rankings just came out yesterday, and Wahoo is 1 and Blue Jays were 2. So
there we go.
Blue Jays, let's hope that they can hang on. This is going to be.
We're done for a while, but that's good because I'm tired. So let's sign off.
We are done for a while, and I am tired too.
That was exhausting.
And once again, the Blue Jays fall to Bennington Badgers in this last game of this semester for the girls until they come on the 29th of December. For Kendra Craven, I am Suzanne Sapp. I hope all of you out there have a very Merry Christmas, and thank you for spending part of your evening with us. And we will see you. We'll just see me next year. You'll see Kendra at the holiday tournaments. Have a great time.